if the Defense Department submits the policy change as part of their budget recommendation, that the Congress will go along with it. If it has to be submitted as an amendment to the budget, to the Defense Department budget, it'll go down in a fight.
Well,
But
we'll see.
it's closer than we've ever been.
Yeah. What's going on with DOMA? Anything?
I haven't heard.
Yeah, I'm a little bit out of touch, so I am.
There was something in the website article about ENDA, though.
Oh, really?
Well, there's a note here about the usajobs.gov. The largest employer in the country, the government, is doing what all the other large employers in the country are doing by prohibiting discrimination based on gender identity. They said federal legislation to protect LGBT workers across the country is currently pending in both the House and Senate. If passed, the Employee Non-Discrimination Act will protect all LGBT workers, as 38 states do not protect workers against discrimination on the basis of gender identity, and 29 states do not prohibit discrimination based on sexual orientation. Considering there's 50 states in the Union,
That's not so good.
that's not so good.
Yeah, that needs to get fixed. Yeah, it's time. But you know, we take little steps, baby steps. We'll get there.
It's been a lot of little steps in the last couple of years, though, I'm happy to say.
Yeah.
It really has.
But Stacy's got another story about discrimination.
You do?
That we like to talk about.
One of my communities, I'm a Wiccan, and that's not an uncommon choice for transsexuals.
Okay.
Someone who is not a transsexual but is a Wiccan has encountered some discrimination in the state, actually. I've been following this story on the internet, and from what I've put together, someone who I believe was a district sales manager for Bath and Body Works
Okay.
was fired, and she says she was fired for religious discrimination because she's Wiccan. So from what I've been able to put together, she takes a holiday every Halloween,
Sure.
and makes a trip up to Salem, Massachusetts, and so I think she was fired last year, but the previous year a full year before, she had put in for this vacation,
Sure.
and her manager had approved it. Okay, fine. So she goes and takes it. In the meantime, she gets a new manager who objects. She says, no, this was approved by my previous manager. It was okay. This was a religious observation. The manager said, didn't approve. The new manager said, and I won't have any Satan worshipers on my team,
Wow.
according to the stories, and said, you'll need a new job in your new year. Okay, so Samhain marks the beginning of the new year for Wiccans. Number of reasons to be irritated at this. Wiccans don't worship Satan.
Yes.
You would first have to stipulate that Wiccans believed in Satan, and we don't. Evil resides in the hearts of men, and that's where we have to be careful of it. That's where we have to look at it, look for it, and that's where we have to weed it out. Wiccans don't worship evil. Quite the opposite. We have a stipulation in our Wiccan Rede that says we won't harm anyone, and in fact we won't benefit or prosper on the backs of others. That's wrong. It's evil is not a part of Wicca. It's not as spooky as people sometimes like to think. So Satanism is something entirely different from Wicca. what Wiccans do spiritually can vary a lot from person to person. And so there's an argument about whether or not going to Salem is religious. It can be. It depends on the person. I like Salem. Salem is has a wonderful, vibrant, rich Wiccan population, and it's nice to be around other people who are Wiccans.
Sure.
I go up there. I enjoy it. Halloween it's a crazy time there. It's I mean, not from a party aspect. I mean, there's a lot of Wiccans who go. There's also a lot of Christians that go and protest. So some Wiccans avoid it for that reason. So this person is suing for reinstatement, I believe, clean personnel record, bonuses back, wages, the lot. And so I'm watching this to see how it happens. I mean, did the burning times end, really?
Right.
Did they shift populations? So they burned pagans, failed to wipe out that religion. The Holocaust rolled around in Germany later. And while I'm willing to accept that I don't think Bath and Body Works corporate had anything to do with this. I really don't. In fact, they have a inclusive non-discrimination statement. It includes freedom of, I mean, they don't, their corporate policy is not to discriminate against people on the basis of religion, race, creed, color. Gender identity and expression is in there as well. So it'll be interesting to see how this, because I have full confidence that the corporate office
Yeah,
is
it seems like they could fairly easily fix this.
right. So we'll see how it comes out.
It would require them to recognize that him firing her over being Wiccan is firing her over religious observance.
And the manager who did it was female as well. Right.
To reinstate her, though, the lawsuit goes forward. To reinstate her, they'll have to validate legally that Wicca is a religion, and that therefore discriminating against Wiccans is religious discrimination. So that's actually, I don't know if it's already happened in the state or not, but that's
I hadn't considered that, but you're right.
Could be a landmark case. Yeah.
it could be really important to validate. I mean, it's a silly thing, but to think about it that way, but to validate Wicca as a religion legally, I don't know if that's been tested in Connecticut.
I don't know.
Well, they should do the right thing anyway.
Well, hopefully they'll do the right thing without the courts ordering it. But
Sure.
Right.
We'll see. That's interesting. That's a very interesting thing. Discrimination.
In this day and age, on a religious basis. So, I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
in one small community can't ignore the cries of another
Absolutely
small
not.
community because they'll come after us next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they'll come after me for another reason. They got plenty of reasons.
It's a double whammy there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Discrimination of any kind is bad, and it needs to stop.
That's right.
It's an interesting thing. It's something I was thinking about today. Was there more to that story?
Nope.
It was something I was thinking about in connection with this living library thing. It was, the question was, we're looking for people that have been discriminated against in some way to talk. And it hit me that, have we got a phone call?
Yep.
We do. Okay, well, I'll get back to this in just a minute. Good evening, NLC Trans, you're on the air.
Hi, it's Kate.
Hi, Kate. How you doing?
How are you? Happy New Year.
Thank
Happy
you.
New Year.
I'm just wondering, this case